Warm greetings to everyone. Dear children, we are going to study the concepts of English grammar. So take out your Step Up English Grammar and Composition book.
We are going to study about a very interesting topic of your English grammar, 8 parts of speech, that is adjectives. So dear children, let's look at the slide and read the words aloud. Fantastic, red, young, light blue, relaxing, wooden, happy, white, beautiful, gray, small, round, black, rectangular, cool, big, wonderful, simple, modern, and satisfied. What do you think about these words? What do all these words tell us? Yes, these words describe some qualities. So, what are the aims and objectives to study about adjectives? Upon completion of this lesson, students will be able to explain the purpose and types of adjectives. They'll be able to identify adjectives in the text, compose adjectives. Students will learn about adjectives and how they are used to describe nouns. Students will also learn how including adjectives into their sentences can improve their writing skills. Now, the question arises, what are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe or modify or add some meaning to other words. They are usually placed before the noun or a pronoun that they modify. Look at the sentences which are shown in the picture. A blue bird. Dear children, here blue is the adjective which is describing the bird, that is a noun. A green bird, a yellow bird, a bird without any adjective. So you can see that the words blue, green, and yellow are placed just before the birds to give their quality and to identify them. So, what are the different types or kinds of adjectives? There are 7 different kinds of adjectives shown in the slides. One is the adjective of the quality. It tells all about the kind of noun. Adjectives of quantity. It tells you about the quantity of noun. Then we have adjective of number. It tells us about the number of nouns. The next is the demonstrative adjectives, which gives us the demonstration or points out to nouns. The next one is the interrogative adjectives, which is there to ask questions or to do interrogation. The last one is the possessive adjectives, which shows the possession or belongingness. Dear children, let's talk about the first kind of adjective, that is adjectives of quality. We also call it descriptive adjective. They show the kind or quality of a person or a thing. You can look at the examples here. Kolkata is a large city. He is an honest man. The foolish old crow tried to sing. So, dear children, the words large, honest, and foolish, they talk respectively about the nouns city, man, and crow. They are talking about the quality or they are describing these nouns. That is why these are known as the adjectives of quality.
Proper adjectives. Proper adjectives are formed by proper nouns. They are used to describe people, places, and things. These adjectives always begin with a capital letter. For example, he is our new Spanish teacher. The word Spanish is formed by the proper noun Spain. And here it is telling about the teacher, so here Spanish will act as proper adjective.
Now look at the next slide, that is the adjectives of quantity. This type of adjective tells us about how many or how much. It may be a definite number or can be indefinite. For example, 1 boy, 3 pens, second girl, some water, many pencils, all men. For the definite kind of adjective, you can see that a specific number is given here, 1, 3, and second. But for the indefinite, we are not sure, so we have written the words some, many, all. Now let's talk about adjectives of number. We have definite numeral adjective, indefinite numeral adjective, and the distributive numeral adjective for the adjectives of number. Now, let's talk about the definite numeral adjective. Dear children, this type of adjective tells us the exact number of the noun. Numbers like 1, 30, 55 are called cardinals because these are the specific numerals. Numbers like 1st, 20th, 35th are called ordinals. Example, Sally bought 27 chains. So this is the example of cardinals. Now, the next kind of adjective is the indefinite numeral adjective. It gives us a general idea about the amount without an exact number, like some, many, several, all, few, etc. The example is, there were many flavors of ice cream. The next category is the distributive numeral adjective. Adjectives referring to individual nouns in a set. For example, either, neither, other, each, etc. The example shown here is, each student brought a plant. We can have many such examples for the better clarity of the concept. Now let us move to the next slide and talk about the demonstrative adjectives. So here, the demonstrative adjectives can be singular or plural. Here, this is a singular demonstrative adjective, and that is also a singular demonstrative adjective, whereas these and those are the plural demonstrative adjectives. So it's very simple. This, that, these, those. Look at the examples. This hat, that hat, these hats, those hats. So what is the main difference and how do we use these adjectives? When something is here or near or very close, we use this. And when something is not really close, we use there. When it's a plural number, we again use, and it's very close, we use these. And when it's a little far, we use the word those. Demonstrative adjective describes a noun. So we can have some more examples here. This chair is broken. That car is cheap. These clothes are wet. Those birds are flying south. So you can clearly make the difference That chair is a singular noun, so we have this. Car is a singular noun, so we have that. Clothes is a plural noun, so we have these. And birds is also a plural noun, so we have those. The next category of the adjectives is the interrogative adjectives. As the word suggests, these words refer to interrogation or maybe asking some questions. So interrogative adjectives are the words such as which, whose, and what that are used along with nouns to ask the questions. The examples here are: which plants should be watered twice a week? What book are you reading? Dear children, please look at the examples carefully and see that the word which is placed just before the plants and what is placed just before the book. So these are interrogative adjectives. Now look at the next slide. What is a possessive adjective? A possessive adjective is a word that describes a noun by showing who possesses that noun. Whose house is this? It's my house. So you can clearly see that the word my is written just before house. My shows who possesses the noun house. The possessor is me. The object possessed is house. We can have some more examples in this category. For example, that is your book. This is our country, or India is our country. Where is your pencil? And so on. What is the difference between group A and group B? This is a small activity which is shown to you to make you clear about the possessive adjectives and the possessive pronouns. It is my pen. This pen is mine. They are his keys. These keys are his. Dear children, you can see that the word my is placed just before the noun. So it's a possessive adjective. And the word mine is placed at the end of the sentence, whereas this is placed before a pen. So mine becomes possessive pronoun. In the same manner, his is placed before keys. And in the next sentence, his is placed at the end of the sentence. So in both the sentences, you can clearly see the differences between the possessive adjectives and the possessive pronouns. In group A, we are talking about possessive adjectives, and in group B, we are talking about possessive pronouns. So the summary of the adjectives here is that something that tells you about the kind of person, animal, or thing that is talked about is the adjective of quality. Something that tells you how much of a thing is talked about is an adjective of quantity. I tell how many persons, animals, or things are meant. This is the adjective of number. The next one is I point out to persons, animals, or things. This is demonstrative adjective. The next is I ask questions. So it is simply interrogative adjective. And the last one is I show possession or belonging. That is possessive adjective. So there is a small assignment which is given to you and shown you here, in which you have to put the adjectives, and that's a word challenge for you. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. You have to name 3 adjectives that describe an apple. So I can give you a brief explanation about the first one. Apple can be red, juicy, or a size as it can be bigger in size, or maybe smaller in size, or it can be very pulpy. or you can have some more word, means tasty, and so on. So with this, dear children, I hope the concept of adjectives is clear to you and you might have enjoyed watching and listening to the video on adjectives. So dear children, I request you all to please go through your chapter unit 4 from your English folder and complete the exercises given in the book. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this video. God bless you all.